Every person carries a mountain within them. Some see it as a dream, others as a burden. But no matter how far you run, the mountain waits, silent, patient, eternal. It stands as the symbol of everything we wish to become. Every challenge we must face, every habit we must master, every fear we must overcome, and much more. Some people spend their entire lives standing at this mountain's base, talking about how beautiful the view must be from the top, but they never take the first step. Others climb for a while, until the slope gets steep, until the wind becomes cold, until their muscles tremble and their spirit doubts. Then they stop, halfway to the life they could have lived. But a few keeps on climbing, not because the path is easy, but because they've understood the truth, that the climb itself is the purpose. You see, every great journey requires 3 forces: motivation, determination, and discipline. These are the 3 invisible strengths that shape the way we move, think, and rise. Some people believe they are the same, but they are not. They are like the sun, the wind, and the earth, where each is powerful on its own, but unstoppable when they move together. So let's imagine this mountain again. At the base, where the air is fresh and the dream is new, that's where motivation is needed. At the steep middle, where pain begins and excuses echo, that's where determination comes in. And the quiet upper slopes, where every step is deliberate, silent, and consistent, that's where discipline matters. Every climb begins with a spark, a thought, a dream, a sudden burst of energy that whispers, "You can do this." That spark is motivation. It's the rush of energy when you picture the summit, when you imagine the life you want, the person you wish to become. Motivation is like the morning sun hitting your face at the foot of the mountain. It fills you with light, it gives you hope, and it makes the impossible feel possible. You feel unstoppable, and every step feels effortless. You tell yourself, this time will be different. And for a while, it is. You wake early, you move with purpose, you speak like someone who has already won. But as the sun climbs higher, the heat begins to burn, the shine fades, and suddenly, the same path that looked beautiful at dawn now feels endless. This is because motivation is a visitor, not a resident. It comes when it wants, and leaves without a warning. When the first storm hits, in form of fatigue, doubt, or boredom, motivation is often the first to disappear. It doesn't like discomfort, and it loves excitement, not endurance. And so many stop here at the base, where the view is nice and the effort is still easy. They say, maybe I'll start again tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes never. Motivation can start a journey, but it cannot finish it. It's not to say that motivation is weak. It's actually essential. It's the ignition that gets you to take the first step. Without it, you wouldn't even lace your boots or even dream of the summit. But if you depend on it alone, you'll climb only on sunny days. You'll move only when the path feels easy. The mountain always tests you. At first, it asks for your excitement. Later, it asks for your endurance. By now, the path has steepened. The rocks cut deeper. The air grows thinner, and every step feels heavier than the last. This is the point where motivation begins to fade, and for you to keep up with the climb, the motivation must evolve. It must give birth to something deeper, something steadier. To keep moving, you'll need another force, one that doesn't rely on feelings, but on fire. And that force is determination. It doesn't shout, TT doesn't inspire, it commands. Determination is not about feeling good. It's about not giving up when you feel nothing at all. It's what keeps your legs moving long after your mind tells you to stop. It's the fuel you burn when excitement runs out. The stubbornness that says, I didn't come this far to quit here. Every climber who reaches the middle of the mountain meets this stage, where it is a battle between comfort and commitment. Between what you want now and what you truly want most. Determination is forged in pain, in the blisters, in the sweat, in the moments when progress feels invisible. You begin to realize that the mountain isn't the enemy, but your own doubt and weakness are. And determination is the fire that melts both. But there's a danger here too. Determination burns hot, and anything that burns hot for too long can destroy itself. You can be so focused on not quitting that you forget why you started. You can push so hard that exhaustion replaces clarity. Many people collapse here, not because they're weak, but because they never learn to rest without quitting. Determination wins battles, but it can't sustain peace. To keep moving forward, to climb higher when even your willpower begins to shake, you'll need something colder, quieter, and infinitely steadier. You'll need discipline, the calm force that moves when every other force is gone. By now, the mountain has stripped away everything unnecessary. The excitement of the beginning is gone. The fire of determination flickers low. All that remains is the sound of your breath and the rhythm of your steps. This is where discipline lives. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't wait for perfect weather. It doesn't ask for applause or recognition. It simply moves. One step, then another, and another. While motivation shines and determination burns, discipline endures. It's the silent strength that builds greatness in small, repetitive motions. When others sleep, discipline wakes. When others make excuses, discipline follows the plan. When the world gets noisy, discipline listens only to purpose. There's nothing glamorous about it, no rush of emotion, no dramatic moment. It's simple and even boring, but it's everything. Because success isn't built in bursts, it's built in repetition, in the thousands of invisible steps that no one celebrates. Discipline is what carries you when motivation and determination have nothing left to give. It's the structure that keeps you climbing even when you no longer believe you can. You see, discipline transforms the climb itself. It turns struggle into rhythm, pain into process, and effort into instinct. The climber who embraces discipline no longer fights the mountain. They move with it. They understand that progress is not about speed, but about consistency. Some days the sky will be clear, some days the storm will rage. But with discipline, you climb both days the same way, slow, steady, unshaken. This is the point where mastery begins, where climbing becomes less about reaching the summit and more about becoming someone capable of climbing any mountain. At last, the summit comes into view. Not because the mountain has grown smaller, but because you have grown stronger. The climb that once terrified you has become familiar. The steps that once hurt now feel like breathing, and the voice in your head. The one that doubted, complained, and hesitated has gone quiet. Because somewhere along the path, you stopped climbing for the summit and started climbing for yourself. That's what happens when motivation, determination, and discipline finally unite. Motivation ignites the will and gives you the reason to begin. Determination fuels the fight and gives you the courage to continue. And discipline builds the foundation and gives you the power to finish. Together, they form a balance, a cycle that sustains itself. When you finally master that balance, you no longer need to wait for the perfect moment, because you create the moment. You no longer chase the feeling of progress. You become progress itself. At the top of the mountain, you realize something profound. That the view at the top was never the reward. The climb was. Because every stumble taught you patience. Every ache taught you strength. And every step taught you who you are. The summit is silent. No crowd, no noise, no celebration. Just wind and the heartbeat of peace. You stand there knowing that you've conquered something far greater than the mountain. You've conquered yourself. You now carry the calm of discipline, the fire of determination, and the light of motivation within you.